we're so privileged to have him here at this moment because the Boeing B-17G Flying Fortress Sally B, the only so-called friendly fire incident. B-17s and B-24s began their attacks on D-Day at 6 o'clock that morning. They targeted enemy gun batteries, coastal strong points, and other installations along a 6-mile stretch of the Normandy coast, covering all the landing beaches except Utah Beach. The aim was to disorientate and demoralize the defending forces as the seaborne assault began early that morning. Fully 1,361 flying fortresses and liberators were involved, and also airborne were fighters such as this, the Mustang. And behind it, Boeing B-17G Flying Fortress Sally B. Operations with its heavy bombers, the B-17s and B-24s in the European theatre, was that they were conducted by daylight. Tactic was raids against German industrial facilities and transport and resupply networks. No fewer than 77 B-17s were lost, either on or after a raid to a German ball bearing plant facility in Schweinfurt. But later there arrived the P-47 Thunderbolts and P-51s that could fly with them deep into Germany, and as the Allies gained air superiority, losses decreased, although flak was still a significant danger. And conditions for the crews who flew on board these American heavy bombers at altitude were not the best. It was noisy, it was cold, they had little in the way of personal armor plating or protective equipment, and then there was the ever-present threat of enemy action. The aircraft doesn't receive any official support for its flying activities, so it's dependent on largely donations as well as memberships of the Sally B Supporters Club, and you can join up here today at Duxford from the stand in front of where the aircraft is parked. Supporters Club with smoke on to represent 2 damaged engines, but also to long-time B-17 Preservation Sally B team member Darren Smith, who passed away recently. The thoughts of all the Sally B team are with him. But the older Allison-engined Mustangs of different marks in the tactical reconnaissance role, in which that aircraft, which had proved so disappointing in many ways as a fighter, really excelled. And that was the personal aircraft of Captain Donald Strait when he was the commanding officer of the 361st Fighter Group, part of the US Army Air Force's 8th Air Force at Martlesham Heath near Ipswich. He'd start. And when the 361st Fighter Group converted to P-51s in November 1944, the very same day, region and enter the invasion area via the southwestern approaches. These operations became known as Channel Stop. The idea was to flood part of the southwestern approaches with aircraft so no subs could pass through on the surface without being